All right, you can introduce it.
Okay, hello everybody. Sorry for technical difficulties. We are back for our long, unofficial, I guess, fifth anniversary stream. We played some Mario Kart, and now we are doing some Tiermaker. Yeah, looked over there the other day and just found a couple tier lists. What I think it'd be fun for me and Darby to go through. So that's what we're doing.
I don't even remember what they all are, but I'm sure there's gonna be some hot takes, as there always is
Yes,
when anyone does tier maker.
indeed. So first one we got up on here is Nintendo franchises.
That is starting strong, starting very
Yeah. Some of these, I'm not really sure what they're going for, so we're just going to have to play it by ear. There's some stuff here we're not going to go on. And we can do it. We can come at this with a whole bunch of angles. Obviously games we have played, how we think the franchise is as a whole. Maybe so we don't put as many as there would be in haven't played.
Yeah. So where
We'll
do
just play by ear.
what sort of criteria do you personally, Jeff, feel like you are ranking these things off of, or what comes to mind for you?
Obviously some personal stuff with me involved, but maybe it's kind of just a general thing of like when we see that franchise come up on a Nintendo Direct, how excited or like mainly like me and you, but maybe somewhat the general audience feels.
Okay. Yeah. The
We're probably not going to be like very consistent with every single one of these.
Yeah, I kind of like the strength of the IP, the strength of
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so sometimes it's easier to start like at the top or start at the bottom. Start with what you think is like a lock top tier one, or start what you think is a lock bottom tier.
What I like to do with these kind of things, we just start from the top left of the list and we just go through it.
Okay, it could be hard, but
yeah. We can change throughout
for
this.
Sure.
Change our mind.
Can't even tell what this first one is.
1080 is a snowboarding thing. You can just put that in haven't played.
Don't know what
Advance Wars.
I haven't played Advance Wars.
I played one long ago. I do enjoy these.
It's one of those long dormant, but beloved, but has been mostly dead. And I feel like we're right on the eve of, is this going to come back or not with the new one coming out? So it's kind of in flux right now.
I'm feeling a mix because of how fan beloved it is, how good the games actually are. I'm feeling maybe starting with a solid B right now.
Yeah, I was thinking B or C.
Yeah,
I don't really know if it's like
I'm with you there
enough to really earn a big prestige area, even though people love it.
Yeah.
We can start there, but I will probably argue for it to go down.
Yeah. We'll see where. Animal Crossing.
At least A for sure, and I think A is where it goes for me because I feel like it's been up and down enough. It doesn't directly have a lot of lineage with me and you. It doesn't have the personal thing going on a ton, but it is undeniably very, very strong and powerful. But I don't feel like it has always hit. It's been kind of a let's say somewhat up and down relationship with its fan base. What are you thinking? As I'm gonna try to.
I think A sounds good to start out with, just kind of so. I know there are going to be some guaranteed probably S's for us, so at least an A for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just gonna make this a little bit bigger, but you can go ahead.
All right, next one we got Art Academy. You just put that in. Haven't played.
Yep, never even heard of it. Okay. Animal Crossing A Arts Academy. There's like a real ass person there.
Balloon Fight.
I also haven't played. There's gonna be a lot of haven't played from me.
Yeah. Like it's one of those things that were probably bigger at the time. I think it was an Iwata made game, so it kind of has that going for it. But obviously, it has not survived, and it has what I would probably think you would consider one of the worst Smash Bros. Stages.
Yes, I do.
Honestly, if we're doing it from an objective standpoint, I feel like as far as even like some of the retro games, it does not hold up as well. And it was kind of like a one and done thing unless there are some weird sequel things that happened that I am not aware of. I'd probably put it at D.
Okay. I'll trust you.
Especially if we were, especially since we were contemplating and will potentially move Advance Wars to C. Like that's a potential thing we said. There's no way that I think they're on even play.
I want to judge relatively harshly because there's obviously going to be a lot of good on this list. So
Mario Baseball, I say C, my gut is C.
Okay. You have a lot more experience than I do. I
love the Wii Mario Baseball game. I just love that so much. It's one of the, like, I want to bring it back in the same way because it had a kind of, at least at the time, like a fun story mode because there were like 5 or 6 like main teams that were pre-made, but then you go and recruit like a crowd. It's like, and it's like random, and it's like there's some stuff like different colored like Koopas and shit.
And Bowser had a very big doping scandal.
Yes, but they also added stuff like Donkey Kong's team. King K. Rool was a playable character in that game.
That's fine.
Yeah, that game was just a lot of fun. And, you know, it's one of the, especially at the time, it was on the Wii, so motion controls was a big thing.
So it had like a franchise mode?
Yeah, it had like a story mode, franchise mode kind of thing, and it was a lot of fun.
That's fun. I like that.
Bayonetta. Not really a Nintendo franchise, but fuck it, you know?
But it kind of is at this point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I technically have not played any of these games, so
I played one all the way through.
But if we're going into for some of this kind of maybe outside of our
Bayonetta is iconic. She is an iconic character. Like even without playing Bayonetta.
Honestly, it's who
Bayonetta is.
I think it's one of those we can arguably put at A, just because of how good the games actually are.
Yeah.
The reason it's not S is because it's not a big.
Yeah, I don't think it's S, but I think A is right. I mean, games have such a good vibe. And,
yeah. Brain Age, and we put that in haven't played.
Yeah, I have played it, but
okay,
not very much at all.
Cruisin', you put that in haven't played.
No, it is.
What's the next one? Put that in haven't played. I have no idea what that is. Okay, this is where we get. Okay, next is Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong Country is its own separate thing.
So this is like just the OG Donkey Kong.
Yeah, just normal Donkey Kong games.
Yeah.
Now, this is a weird one where it's like, okay, how much do we mix it being iconic and everything, you know?
I honestly don't think I have even played these. So these are like 2D side scroller things.
No, it's like this is like the original arcade Donkey Kong and that kind of stuff.
Where you're throwing down
the barrels. And
that wasn't a Mario game.
Oh, sorry, you don't know. Technically, Mario originated in Donkey Kong.
Okay.
Donkey Kong's the OG, technically speaking.
Okay. I didn't know those games were.
Yeah, every time we talk about Mario spinoffs, technically they're Donkey Kong spinoffs.
Interesting. Okay, Donkey Kong is the origin point.
So I feel like for that, it should like whatever we think our gut's telling us, maybe a little bit higher, depending on what it is.
Yeah, you have a lot more. I'm gonna default to you a lot more. These old ones.
God, it's hard. I feel like this is definitely one where we got to feel like, okay, maybe we can move up and down. That's one of those we might reevaluate.
I'm not someone who like I'll just let you know. For me, ranking things, I am very much not someone who will give things artificial points just because it's old.
Oh yeah,
I'm usually very personally against the like, Iron Man has to be like top of the MCU because without it, the rest of it wouldn't exist. Like, okay,
no, I hear you.
That doesn't mean that watching the movie it's a better movie than the other, But it is kind of different.
I'm feeling B right now.
Okay, that works for me.
Donkey Kong Country.
I imagine A, if not S, just because of
definitely no lower than A.
Yeah.
Arguably S. The original Donkey Kong Country games are just so good, and Tropical Freeze is just like one of the best.
Maybe even better than them. So.
Is one of the best 2D platformers ever made.
I'm okay with putting it S. If we get to a point where S is like way too stacked, I might, and it might start.
Donkey Kong Country is at the very least top the top of the A.
I agree.
So I guess also, are we ranking within?
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know.
What do you think?
I feel like it could
might get crazy.
Yeah, I feel like maybe
we'll save that for the end if we feel like it.
Maybe just for the top ones, just to make us really struggle. Bottom one, I don't want to compare Balloon Fight to whatever the fuck.
No, I do not.
Dr. Mario.
I don't like these games, to be honest. But I mean, how big is Dr. Mario really? I mean, isn't Dr. Mario in today's age is mostly just a skin for Mario?
So here's part of the thing. We're comparing these Nintendo franchises to each other, and while I like the style of gameplay, Dr. Mario, because it's kind of Tetris-y in a way, but it's a worse version of.
Yes, exactly. My whole thing is
honestly, I'm with you. I don't care for Dr. Mario too much. I like it okay. I would be okay if we're doing a comparison, putting it top of D.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because it feels like that game could be like anything. It just happens to have Mario slapped on it, but you could have that exact game with something else and it would be like, and no one would care about it. Yeah.
Fatal Frame. It's a weird one. I know a lot about it, but not one I've actually touched.
Yeah, I don't think we can,
but Detective Club, put that in. Haven't played for sure. Fire Emblem.
So the whole thing, it's such a wide ranging. It's had so many different forms that it gets very difficult. And it's had ups and downs for sure.
Yeah,
I almost wish that we weren't even because these haven't played. Eventually, it's probably gonna go into multiple.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
But it shows the audience what kind of posers we are because we're going to save these.
Oh, prepare! We are posers. This might be one of the hardest ones on this whole list.
Yeah,
because I think there are moments where Fire Emblem has been S, but it also has a big quantity, and its history is not all great, and it has also delved into kind of almost like weird cash grabby territory. Like I don't know, I just feel like it's not a completely untainted IP. You know what I mean? Like it's not a pristine, clean IP.
I would be okay with putting it in A.
Yeah.
If we wanted to go that route, just because, once
especially
we get
personal bias.
Yeah. Well, because we haven't gotten to the S's. I mean, in my mind, this is one of those where I'm more biased towards this IP. Once we because we haven't got to a lot of the obvious S's yet, and even though I love Fire Emblem, I wouldn't say it stacks up overall to the ones we're going to say are S's.
I agree, because I think that's right. Because I think lower than A feels wrong, especially for our list. But S, while it might seem okay now, I think once you get to the end, Fire Emblem would probably stand out a lot compared to the other S's. So I think A is probably where it'll remain.
F-Zero.
I have only dabbled in these at a dentist's office one time. So I really haven't played these games.
I remember playing GX or the GameCube one when I was younger, and it is a good game. Especially now in the hindsight, that was really good. I was just not good at it.
I feel like when people talk about F-Zero, they're more talking about the potential of what it could have been if it kept going. But it's just
yeah.
But I have to default to you because I have not played enough of it.
Yeah.
I'll say C.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. C on the Nintendo list is respectable.
Yeah.
I imagine neither of us have really played the game, right?
Yeah. I mess around with it, but that's a weird one to do. Golden Sun. Haven't played, unfortunately. Mario Golf. Highest C.
Yeah. I was gonna say D, but I'm sure a lot of people would.
So for some of these sports ones, it's going, and when for some of these franchises in general, it's going to be how much does the best of the franchise carry it, and how much do the bottom?
Right. And a lot of the Mario sports have definitely dropped down the peg in the modern era. They've definitely You'll probably get to that with a freaking Mario Party is going to be an interesting one to try to do, partially because of that reason. But
I'm feeling C for this one, just and it's mainly because looking at what we have now, it's just since we're into this list a little bit, I feel like Mario Golf fits more with the obviously the other sports game in F-Zero than Dr. Mario and Balloon Fight. Mm-hmm. Just even at its worst, it's at least a solid mechanical game. Just very feature.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Now this one, I mean, we're gonna have to lean hard on you in general in this list, but I mean, I feel like I shouldn't step on your toes, but I feel like I might end up having to step on your toes a little bit. Kid Icarus.
If we were ranking Nintendo games, Kid Icarus Uprising would be an S. That's just the way it is. I don't make the rules.
But there are two people on this panel, and that is one of my least favorite games I've ever played in my entire life. Like, hands down. That's the single game we disagree on the hardest. So, the yin and yang has to come into play a little bit here.
I know. Well, I wasn't going to even argue for S, and probably not even A.
I'm okay with anything below S. I will veto S.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Especially as the franchise thing.
Right. That's all I was saying. And I know you love that game, so I was just gonna be the barrier standing in front of S, the bouncer saying, "Here no further." That's all that I want to do. So from there, I'll let you.
Will you give me currently top of B?
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. I would have even given you A. I would have made you talk about it a little bit.
Well, if you're giving me A, I would potentially give you A. I would potentially take A if you're offering it.
You're gonna have to sell me.
Okay, that's fair. So, Kid Icarus Uprising, 10-year anniversary just passed. So that's fun. To me, it is one of the defining handheld games and just one of the best Nintendo games ever. I get the controls are weird. And I get why people don't like them or can't get into them. I personally love it. And if they did port it to the Switch, I would wholeheartedly take it. But I would have
hard to do.
Exactly. So I would be skeptical of it, but you could potentially get away with it, like making it like a twin stick kind of thing, potentially. But a big reason, like, I love the gameplay. That is a lot of fun. It is a very fun action game if you can. You get the controls and they click for you. Again, I get why people can't, but a big part of it is just the world and the writing and the characters are just top notch. Like the voice acting is also, especially for a fucking Nintendo game, especially on a handheld, is just top notch to me.
It's not even something Nintendo really strives for very much. The closest thing to striving for story is Fire Emblem, and I think the Fire Emblem stories are all whatever. It's like that's probably Kid Icarus is probably one of the few games that actually has good story.
And it's made by Smash creator Masahiro Sakurai, and it's one of those like Kid Icarus in my mind. If people want to argue that is his actual best game, I'm not going to try to argue too much with you. Smash Ultimate is going to be my favorite for him, but I get it because it's so different. And to me, Kid Icarus Uprising is just so top class in what it is and what it strives for.
Now, in order to get to A, I will have to have you say something about just the characters of Pit and Palutena, or just basically Kid Icarus outside of that one game, because there are other games and we have only talked about one game. So why
that's why I was going to be okay with B. Just because there are two other Kid Icarus games. They're from the 80s. They are a typical NES side scroller that, I mean, if we were just going off those games, the franchise would be in D. There's no question about it. That's why I was okay with just putting it at B.
Well, I'm okay with top of B if you're good with that.
Yeah, if I'm looking from the objective standpoint, I understand like that is the absolute top we could go. Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
Because we are talking about franchise, so when it's just really only one game that we're even considering, that does get slightly hard. So I think I'm okay with that one game being good enough to be like, this is B.
I just realized something about this list that we're going to have to try to figure out. I see two Zelda spots. I'm trying to... We'll get to that.
What the difference is between them.
Yeah.
I swear if they have fucking crossbow training on here or something, I'm just not even gonna...
Hyrule Historia and then like a 30th anniversary. We can just kind of count them as one thing.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want.
I mean, we know what we're going to do with it. But anyway, let's talk about Kirby. What are we going to do with fucking Kirby?
Obviously, I don't personally have a lot of... familiar history with Kirby, but Kirby is iconic as hell. And it's a very big pillar of Nintendo, even outside of the games. Just Kirby himself is just such a recognizable, iconic character, and it is like
Dedede, Meta Knight,
such a great
Waddle Dees
entry point to gamings for kids and everything.
Yeah,
Like, it is a pretty top tier franchise, I think, overall. I think so. I mean, I think it is A.
Yeah,
you could argue S, but I would say A probably.
I would think A too, and I feel better about that after especially playing the new game. I don't know how far in it in general, but it is pretty great, and it's what they're doing with that, that game. And I don't know if you know this, something is like, okay, it's like they're keeping the idea of Kirby being kind of people's first game and being very kid friendly, but also kind of stepping up with the 3D thing, because they're doing this cool thing with the 3D. It's a fixed camera, or at the very least you can move it around very slightly, but the way they do hit detection in it, as long as it looks like it hits them, even if it technically doesn't, it hits them.
I heard about that. That's fascinating.
I'm like, this makes so much sense, and it's one of those things, if it's not used, I can see a bunch of people being like, why aren't we doing this?
I like to see that in practice, because I just heard that, and I was like, I don't even know exactly what that means, but it's like,
it was like,
you can't control the camera, can you?
Very slightly. Like, you can change it up and down to the side just ever so slightly, kind of like 3D World. Like, it is a fixed it's very 3D World-esque as far as how levels are based in the camera and all that kind of stuff. It's a fixed camera pretty much, that you can move ever so slightly. But yeah, sometimes like in 3D World where we feel like we felt like that should have hit based on what it looked like.
Right.
You don't have that in Kirby, because the way it functions is if it looks like it hits, it just hits.
I'd like to see that in practice, but that is a very interesting idea. It seems like overall, would you say, like, it seems like from what people have said, that this Kirby game is more of a 3D World successor than like an Odyssey successor.
I would say, more in line with that for sure.
Which is fine. It's great. But I do think part of, to argue to, like, submit Kirby in A, is I do think the Kirby franchise kind of has a quantity over quality problem sometimes. Like, I think they just put out a shit ton of games, and they're not all bangers.
I feel that balance it out just because Kirby's world and Kirby's design, and then design of its other main characters, are some of the strongest Nintendo has.
Yeah, for sure.
Legend of Zelda, put that in front of Donkey Kong.
Yeah. we don't know yet if we're doing the whole thing, but if we are, then I mean, I guess we should say some things, but I mean, like, obviously, if you include every game that ever has a Zelda on it in front, it also has some, like, not bangers or whatever, but like the mainline Zelda games are pretty much all great to different levels. They're all great, but in some of them are transcendent, and that's just
that's the thing. Even like depending on what they were doing here, they might have been, because there's another Zelda at the bottom. If they were talking about splitting 2D and 3D, I would put them both in S.
I don't think we need to do that.
I was saying if it's because they're both so, like, both styles that are like at the top of their top games for over, are just so transcendent in what they do. It's like they both have the, like, video games never would have gotten to where they were without them, like, legacy thing, and in the modern day, Zelda has morphed and changed to be equally as impressive in the modern day. So easy, yes. Luigi's
Mansion, very interesting one.
I'm arguing A.
I could, like, A or B is where I was going.
I've not played the 3DS one, but the original Luigi's Mansion and the newest one, they're just top tier games.
Even a little bit of that I played the new one.
They're short, and they're not very many of them, but the quality of those games are just so high, and especially for a Mario spinoff, just the amount of personality those games in general just insert into Luigi, and just the charm of those games, even compared to a lot of Mario games, is just kind of like on a level of its own to me. Then it's just fun.
I agree. Yeah, I think it's one of the most underrated games in the Nintendo catalog. Of just, like, it's just kind of surprising just how good it is.
Yeah. Mario and Luigi.
Hadn't ever played any of these. So.
I haven't either.
Oh yeah.
They're one of those games I probably should play because they're RPGs, but I just have never touched them.
Yeah.
I'm looking real quick. I think this is just. Let me see if they have a distinction between Mario and Super Mario, because this is a Mario Bros. Okay, this seems to be Mario.
Weird picture to represent Mario.
I think it's just from the original game.
Okay, I mean, he's just so small here; it's hard to see.
Yeah. So S.
What is this?
I don't know. So we probably just won't bother with that.
Okay. But yeah, if this is Mario, it just doesn't look like. It's just hard to tell what it is from.
Obviously, just
I
like
wish it was just a giant M or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2D. This is another thing like Zelda. 2D, 3D don't matter.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. We'll wait to get to that before I say what I'm gonna say. Yeah, but for that, yeah, kind of like
you want to just sub out like just this counts as Mario for us, but it is weird. It just says Nintendo, so I don't know. This might be a logo for something else. I don't know.
So I'm looking at something. I think I know what I want to replace it with. Just for the funsies, but we'll get to it when we get to it, if that's okay.
Okay.
But yeah, Mario, some of the best 2D and 3D platforms, and Odyssey's my favorite game of all time. Yada yada yada. It's unmatched.
Yes. I definitely lean 3D hard on Zelda and Mario, but that's just kind of lean 3D hard in most games in general. But yeah, it's weird. We're gonna talk the least about probably our favorite ones here, but it's just kind of obvious. It's just Mario. Yeah. Do you have any other words for Mario? Or are you ready to?
The GOAT. Mario Kart. We put that at S.
Probably.
I mean, just because obviously
I
to
guess
varying
it's
degrees, it's just been with us for our whole childhood and just always kind of been a staple. Even if we haven't touched all the games to the same level or degree, like I think it says something that we've been okay with playing Mario Kart as much as we have these last almost 10 years.
And I mean, I personally honestly put Nintendo as a party game company in the same, like, it's just as important to me. They're just as important to me as a party game with friends type of company than they are a single player game company. Like those pillars, there's not one over the other. They're like kind of boom boom. Like the both of those pillars are like of equal quality. So that's what I'm thinking. Like when it comes to like my favorite party games of theirs, I do think they stand like right toe to toe with the best of their top. Now when it gets to ranking within us, that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Super Mario Maker.
I feel like 2 and the lack of support and the lack of just how that like franchise fizzled out is going to drag this down further. Like I feel like the potential of this game was a lot higher than what it ultimately did.
Still great. I mean,
great.
yeah, I'm never going to argue for S in here. It's just my mind. Okay, do we argue it for bottom of A or top of B?
I'm going to say B, just because I think it's kind of a troubled exit. It just feels like it's probably not. They're not going to try it again. It feels like it's probably dead.
I'm with you.
Like, I think it
should. It's just all like, it's one of those, it's just funny seeing some of these games, like how I feel depending on like where it is on the list. Because, I'm just looking at comparing to the A franchise, like, it just kind of stand out.
Wait, what now? I'm sorry.
Like, I was saying it's funny. It's like, maybe my thoughts would be different from Mario Maker if we weren't this far into the list already, because I'm able to look at like what, get an idea of what we're feeling for each ranking, and it's like,
but if we
Maker doesn't feel as right in A.
Right. If we did put it A, it probably would have ended up getting bumped down.
Yeah.
So let's just bite the bullet now. But I mean, we could always come to things here. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
Oof.
Fun games, very fun games.
Yeah.
I think we do right now. We need to get it. You need to get it out of your head, because I know you're doing the same thing I'm doing. C is not bad. C is not a bad score when it comes to like Nintendo franchises. This is hard. You have to rule hard when you're dealing with like a really, really good catalog here. So I would say C, just because
I'm with C.
I don't think it's all great, and like there's just been a lot of them, but it is such a fun idea. Like, in a lot of ways it's great. But also I don't think me and you have played one of these games in many iterations.
I think we played the first one, and that was it. Maybe the second one they did.
And I think that's telling.
Yeah.
We have not been drawn to go back and play those, even though they've made a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So like I would say C.
Mario Party. Now this is the one that we have to really evaluate.
Yeah.
How much weight does the best and worst of the franchise have?
It does. And all right, I'm gonna come out with the. Yeah, I don't even want to say it's a hot take. I don't feel like super strongly about it, but I think of all of our friends, I enjoy Mario Party even at its peak the least.
Yes.
I just want to go ahead and just throw that out there. I enjoy the game. It is a fun game, but it is like it's a fun passive game that I play with friends every now and then. But even the new one, I've played it like 10 times or something now.
I play even least because we haven't gotten with friends.
and I feel like I'm starting to repeat everything that I'm doing, and I'm like I already feel like I'm about like okay, I'm good. It's like it's not that I'm good, like I'll never play it again, but it's already gotten to a handful of times a year, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't necessarily need it to be a part of the rotation. Like I'm never gonna be like we have to play Mario Party. I'm not gonna be mad if we play Mario Party. I'm gonna have a good time, but it's already like dropped out of the like just I'm itching to play it rotation. Like Smash is always gonna be there. Mario Kart's always gonna be there. For me personally, Mario Party is a good step down when it comes to the party Mario games. Now I don't want to dominate. I'm just letting you know that's where I'm at. But then you go ahead.
Again,
still very good.
Yeah. One of those things, the highs are so freaking high for me, and just like what this games have meant for me, especially when I was younger. And I feel like Mario Party Superstars is a good step in the right direction, but I feel like they're kind of, and it's just a weird thing where technically, content wise, it is on par with the older Mario Parties. It's just we're at the age where we're all expecting, okay, you're gonna continue updating this thing, right?
Yeah,
and they're like,
Mm-hmm. I mean, because their contemporaries do. Lots of other party games like this do.
Even some of the other
Smash did. I mean, like I don't think it's a ridiculous thing to, if they just treated some of these other games even a little bit like they treat Smash, then everything would be great.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Smash is just like the exception when it comes to how Nintendo supports these games.
Yeah, I think it helps that Bamco has so heavily involved in development and Sakurai and all that.
I mean, do you want me to say where I want it? I would say C.
I was thinking B.
I mean, I can relent for B, but if it was up to me,
my argument is with B, just looking because C just seems to be the multiplayer ones that have a lot of that are the kind of hit or miss franchises.
For sure.
Yeah, I have zero kind of saying that, but my argument would be for putting it above the rank above those is I feel like the highs of Mario Party, at least to me, are just higher than the other ones.
For sure. I mean, I said that in a vacuum, but when I look at C, I mean, like, I think Mario Party is significantly higher than like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games or Mario Golf to me, like significantly. So like, yeah, I'd say B. I would. A would be too high for me.
I'm okay with yeah. I'm okay with that. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, put that in haven't played.
What the hell is that? A fighting game?
I wish. Imagine it's like a normal 2D fighting game, Mario and Donkey Kong. No, it's just a weird. I don't even know what exactly it is. It's a weird, mainly like mobile thing, like CDS, DS style game. It looks neat, but I have not touched them. Okay, these next ones I'm thinking in my mind because they have Metroid and Metroid Prime separate.
Actually, we haven't really done that for any of the other ones, but I mean, for like Zelda and Mario.
Yeah. Since they have them here, we'll just, I guess, do it. Unless we just want to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, combine them.
I mean, I guess Prime is a series. I don't know.
Yeah.
That are connected to each other.
So I feel like with both of them, no lower than A.
I agree.
Probably just an A because I don't feel like me and you are as have the much experience. I have more experience with you with both of these series, like sub series than them. But even I haven't touched one. But the games that I have touched are just excellent.
Yeah, I think Metroid just automatically goes into the S or A, and I think most people would say S, but I think this is where some of our personal experience and personal leanings come, and I think, if you just were to sit here and it's like, Jeff, compare Metroid to Zelda, which is not even be close, so
Yeah.
I think I do also agree to A. But I mean, they are like pinnacles, like they, again, so impactful to the video game industry, and just really fucking good games.
Yeah.
I think it would be high A. We'll figure that out. But,
Put Prime there too.
that's the same thing.
Yeah. Played Prime Run. It is excellent. I'm waiting. Like, I would love to go ahead and play the rest of their Prime trilogy, but we've had the rumors of Prime on the trilogy on Switch for so long. I'm just waiting for that.
Feels like it has to come, but we say that too much, and then it doesn't.
Yep. Mother.
It's all you, baby.
B.
Okay.
But high B.
Somewhere up here. We'll see.
Yeah. Put it below Kid Icarus. Because I played a lot of one, and it is. I need to go back and play it, and finish it. It is excellent, and I believe everyone that Well, I said one. I mean, I technically played two. Earthbound is what I played, which is two. I won't Mother 3 because I've heard that's actually the best. Maybe some trouble as far as some representation style things that if they brought it over, they could change. But
game.
Yeah, but they are excellent RPGs, and I get why they're so beloved.
Still don't know what this is.
So I was planning, because it's not on this list, we just shove that. We just shove like Wii Sports, Wii Fit, and that shit in here.
Yeah,
it's not on this list.
Yeah, Wii Sports and that stuff.
There's probably like another smaller franchise or two that's missing on here, but this is just the most comprehensive one I found.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you should combine Wii Fit and Wii Sports, even though they're very different. I mean, I don't know.
The Wii, whatever, moniker.
Yeah, we're doing this list like a month too early because we need to assess the Wii Sports franchise.
I feel good about Wii Sports. We can consider it just
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Switch Sports. Sorry, Wii Sports 2.
Yeah, it's Wii Sports 2. Come on.
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, obviously, it is a simple thing. It was a nostalgia thing. It was really hype about this new tech thing. We were kids. It was great. And then obviously, Wii Fit, we have no experience with. But it was a very big thing, just not really for gamers. For the games industry. It was for... Mm-hmm. It was... I mean, this is the biggest Nintendo had ever gotten was all of that series. But
I say B.
I'm good with that. Okay.
Because like you said, they're very fun and very addictive, but they are very simple and all that. But like you said, they're so popular because of their simplicity. I think that carries a lot of weight. That's Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and you can put that in C.
Okay.
They're fun dungeon crawler games, but they're not really much more than that.
Yeah. Did you play Elite Beat?
I am not. Okay, now Paper Mario. If you ask me, Thousand Year Door is probably one of the up there. The one that is pictured there, the one they use for this, might be one of the best JRPGs of all time. It is up there.
Yeah, but with at least the new one, you did not sound very S about it.
I did not feel
it sounded more A or B about it.
I did. As a franchise, well, Paper Mario is also a top tier game. It's Thousand Year Door is just better. Mm-hmm. Super Paper Mario, it's okay. We don't talk about Sticker Star.
See, but that's all. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know. Yeah, I was about to say once you get into the in the franchise, when you have the we don't talk about this game, that's where it starts pulling it down. But there's definitely Zelda has we don't talk about this type of games, but they also just have such great games. So it's it's the balancing act.
Will you indulge me or Paper Mario in A?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, no, for sure. I was the only thing with, if you just said S, I was gonna be like, just didn't I was like, look at the S.
Yeah. No, we're very picky with S, and I'm happy with us for it.
Yes, me too. Do not think I've played Picross.
Picross is very simple. I play Picross games and related things, but not really necessarily this. They're fun. I don't know, throw it in C. It's a very simple thing, and I get why people would be higher for, but it's just one of those
Are they
things.
Just little puzzle games?
They are very simple, but
I didn't know they were Nintendo owned.
I don't think it's. I think Nintendo just had their own kind of games, but they don't own the idea of Picross.
Huh.
This is a weird tier to make it. Pikmin.
It's all you, baby.
Played a little bit of one. They are fun games. I get why people like them. Honestly, I feel like we need to put it in B. No. Anything lower than that is we are insulting Pikmin because it is
our ignorance would be showing.
Yes. Yeah. And I feel like Pikmin should not be. That's one of those franchises where I respect it too much to drag it down too much because of our ignorance.
I feel like B is going to get very filled.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
But that makes sense. I mean, I feel like most of them would be B. Have you played Pilot Wings?
I messed around with it. Honestly, I would probably put it in the same tier as, put it there.
It's all of Pokemon. Okay, well, I mean, it's probably it's up in one of these two. I have to.
In my heart, it is S.
Yeah, I mean, what do you feel as far as our rankings? If it is S, it's near the bottom of S. I think.
I would take that compromise.
But I think it should be like above Mario Kart. This is where it gets weird for me because I think Mario Kart should maybe be a. Because you know what I mean. I don't know because I'm like in my head I'm feeling like higher than Mario Kart, but S also feels weird. I don't know, but hey, what do you think? Where's your head at?
And Pokemon brings me more joy than the vast majority of things in life.
We'll go S.
Punch Out.
I've dabbled in it a long ass time ago.
Put it in C. Puzzle League.
Haven't played.
Yeah, I play Pokemon Puzzle League. Does that count?
We'll just
yeah. Rather than having put that in, don't play. Okay, just go ahead and put it up there.
Whoops.
I mean, if you listen to us talk about anything, you know our love for Smash.
I don't know. I feel like we should be saying some things, but it's just so damn obvious. I mean, Smash is one of the best games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you're going to get more talks about these games when we go to rank them individually, at least at the top. So we'll save it for there. Splatoon.
I will not take anything less than A.
Yeah, I was gonna say A.
Yeah. Like its single player alone is to me I think the most fun out of that, but it's the single player is fantastic, especially when you add in the Octo expansion in there. But its multiplayer is also fantastic and unique and just a new side of Nintendo that I wish they kind of went into more.
Same. No, I just wish a different team was handed Splatoon because I feel like that was a game that escaped Nintendo. Like it just does not fit with Nintendo. It got through, and then it's just like they're not supporting it the way that I feel like it should be supported. But yes,
Star Fox. Okay, I mean, this is one of those where we just got to be honest.
I mean, it has been the difference between Star Fox and then Mario and Zelda is I feel like they all hit that peak they all hit insane quality and nostalgia and iconicness in the retro era from either the SNES and whatever to the N64 that era or whatever. They were just amazing. The difference is Zelda and Mario have continued to hit that level of quality and surpass it as time's gone on, where Star Fox has kind of floundered about and then has been seeking that for the rest of its life and never reach it again.
Dari, do you know where I was thinking about where I was going to propose putting it?
See?
Yes.
I agree with you. Once upon a time, I think it would have been. And I think it's going to be the most iconic C. It's going to be the C that most people recognize. That doesn't actually mean that the games in the franchise are good by and large.
No.
So, I agree with you. I think they have kind of squandered Star Fox.
Strikers. So Strikers is a weird one, Darby. I know we're pretty much defaulting to the sports games to C, which is not a bad thing. But I think as the franchise stands right now, it might be above those.
Okay.
Just because there's been less of them, they had less time to make them not great. Because the two that we've had are
That's fair.
Excellent. And I'm feeling optimistic about the new one, but since it's not out, we can't kind of roll it there.
So, do you want B or top of C?
B. Yeah, put it in B. To me, it just kind of feels right. Because I haven't played it in a long time, but probably as far as the actual game itself, Strikers might be one of, if not the best, like individual Mario sports games.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
That's just a collection of the Mario 2D games, right?
So
no, that's D and F because we're.
Oh wait, the thing's weird because it has New Super Mario Bros. There.
We're not
at the
doing
end.
that.
Yeah.
We're personally just gonna put everything and all of Mario into one thing. I don't want to do that. So.
Mario Tennis, throw that in C.
Yeah.
Just put it with the rest.
The giant grab bag we have there. What is this?
Whatchamacallit? Trace. Put it in. Haven't played. Pokemon TCG.
Oh, what? Okay. Are we gonna rank this separately, or are we just gonna include that in Pokemon? I'd say we just include it in Pokemon, but
put in C. Okay. I have played those games.
We're talking about the card game, right? Just
the video games for the card game. Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought we were just ranking the card game. I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, I'll include the online one that's currently in there because why the fuck not? It's fine. What's this next one? Oh, that's Wario Land.
Do you want to just do all of Wario?
Those are kind of separate enough. Put Wario Land and haven't played because I have honestly not messed with those, and then we'll just rank WarioWare, which are completely different games. Okay.
It feels like it feels like we have B and C are the like grab bag, like the kind of mid tier, but there's just two different levels in the mid tier.
Like they're pretty distinct between them.
Yes, is it the like pretty good mid tier, like the really like good, really good mid tier, or the like pretty good mid tier is the B and C, and I would say it goes B probably. I mean that's just.
I agree. Okay. I was contemplating between B and C, but it feels more right in B, especially with what we have.
When you compare, like I think. These have a vibe and these have a vibe.
Yeah.
You can tell. Is it S or is it A, Jeff? Xenoblade Chronicles.
To me, it is S.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me. There's definitely, we have been pretty tricky. So I just have to default to you on that one. What are we looking at here?
But I haven't played. I don't know what that is. Yoshi.
I don't think I've played these in a minute.
Yoshi's Island is top tier. But that is all the top. Honestly, it probably deserves to be in C with Star Fox.
Okay, yeah.
I think Yoshi's Island is better than all the Star Fox games, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But unless I'm forgetting about a Yoshi, like a Pacific Yoshi game, no game has come close. And most of the games since then have been kind of like Kirby, where they're made with very young children in mind, like in particular, but I don't think as good or as just generally fun as Kirby games.
I think it's even more that way, like Woolly World.
That's what I mean. Super. So the point where I get why people can enjoy Kirby, like like Star Allies and stuff with Kirby. Yoshi a little less so, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair. What is it? That Sight Bike?
Sight Bike. Okay, so this is the weird thing where I feel like Excite Bike is better than, like, D is pretty much the old NES style games I don't think have aged as well. I think Excite Bike's the best of them. But I don't know. I don't think that's enough to put it in C.
I agree.
And then we have these that are just...
Okay, so we are at the end here. Oh boy. Look at this stuff.
This is fun, Darby.
It was, yeah. I feel pretty good about this. Pretty good about
Do you want to try to ranking at least some of the top ones, or do you think what we have is fine?
We can just, you want to just rank S, or at most S and A?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
This could get kind of contentious, or we could agree on things.
Let's just do S and A. That sounds fun.
I think Smash is number one. Personally. It's one of these three. It's one of these three.
No, those are the top three. No questions asked.
And I would be okay with any of them. For me, it would probably go Smash, Zelda, Mario, potentially Zelda Smash Mario, but
I might have Mario number 1.
I think for me it would be Smash Zelda Mario. But Smash, well, where would Smash rank for you? Because if Smash ranks your number 2, then I think it just has to be number 1 on their list. If it's number 1 for me and number 2 for you. If it's number 1 for me and number 3 for you, then maybe.
You know what? Yeah, let's have Smash number 1. Well, we'll just go ahead and go with that. Mario and Zelda.
It's hard. I love both of them.
You know what? I will concede to put Zelda number 2 because that's what you said, right?
Yeah.
I will go with like the top of Mario for me is higher than the top of Zelda for me. But thinking back, the games I would consider the top of Zelda are more numerous. Like there are more of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's hard for like I would put 64 over like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah,
but I would put Breath of the Wild over Odyssey.
Well, it's like I would put a lot of the 3D Mario games more than most of the Zelda games. Mm-hmm. But when we think, because both of these franchises, you have the 2D and 3D versions of them. Like you stack them next to each other. The equivalent ones together, I will pick Mario more of those. But when you throw 2D the equation, it's Zelda. Like I enjoy the 2D Zelda games overall more than the 2D Mario games.
A lot more going on in them.
Yeah. So for that reason, Zelda over Mario.
And to me, it's a big part of Breath of the Wild. I think is the best game of both franchises combined. For me. So, I mean, I feel bad because I just got the order that I wanted, but
hey, we talked about
something. Yeah.
Now we go for the rest of them. And it's a lot of deferring to me.
It is. I think Mario Kart comes in either last or second to last.
Okay.
I mean, what do you think?
I'm fine with that.
I love Mario Kart. We're talking about the S here or whatever, but I think you like Xenoblade. You would put Xenoblade considerably over Mario Kart, I would imagine.
Yes.
Right? I mean, like, so... Like, obviously, Pokemon would be lower than me than Mario Kart, but Pokemon is huge for you. I just think the Mario... I'm just trying to, like...
Yeah.
Find a place.
So this is what my mindset is to make it easier. Mario Kart and Donkey Kong Country being the last two.
That's
the order I think can be arguable. If you want to put Donkey Kong after Mario Kart, since you have like no experience with them, that's fine with me.
I feel like if I played Donkey Kong, I would be putting it over Mario Kart.
I've been somewhat waiting for a sale for Tropical Freeze so I can play it again.
Yeah, I feel decently confident that, like, even though I haven't played the games, if I did, then I think I would be putting it over Mario Kart. So
okay,
I'm good with that. All right, so then this is just you. This is all you. I just wanted to get to a point where I can hand the ball off to you, and now I can. Pokemon Xenoblade.
Oof, this is a weird one. Because we're like Xenoblade are, if we're being honest, the better games. And we'll keep it this way.
You think.
Yeah, Pokemon's iconic and just feels me joy. Yeah. Xenoblade in the top 5 Nintendo franchises. Let's go.
We'll do it. Hey, you reached our list.
All right. Okay, so A. Let's try to do that.
Do A
real quick.
This will probably be harder.
Yeah.
Just because it's less obvious, more weird stuff.
I'm saying this because this is probably the one that me and you collectively are more a fan of. Do we want to put Fire Emblem at the top of it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. Too. I was thinking that too.
What are you feeling for the bottom? If there anyone that's pointing out to you to the bottom of the list, figure we can kind of start there and
probably. I mean, something between Kirby, Bayonetta, and Luigi's Mansion, I think, are all I think they're probably the bottom 3.
Put Kirby at the bottom. Kirby has more lows.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I didn't accidentally change something. Okay.
No. I would say put Bayonetta in front of Kirby just partly because of our lack of experience with franchises.
I agree.
And yeah, just put Luigi's Mansion in front of Bayonetta. I agree with those 3 being the bottom.
I'm go with that.
And then
I mean, I love New Horizons, but even that is like kind of worn on me in some way. I mean, it's just like, you get in kind of a rut with the game. Like I would put. I'm don't fully know where I want it to be in the long run, but I think I'm just judging it by the thing that was next to Metroid. I think I'd put both of those above it. I think Animal Crossing is gonna work its way down.
Probably. You just want to go ahead and do that? That's why I would do it for these.
I would obviously have it over Luigi's Mansion, but you probably have more passion about those. So, I mean, like, I'm fine if we put it below Luigi's Mansion.
I'll concede Animal Crossing being above. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Especially we're doing it partly for how, like, the importance of franchise has been a part of it.
We have another handed off to you, kind of, because Metroid's still in play here. But Metroid, Paper Mario, and Splatoon. And these don't have to move together, but
yeah.
I've just been moving them together. The Metroid and Prime. It is. It does. I mean, does it not feel weird to you that we have combined all of Zelda and all of Mario?
Yeah, you can throw
Prime, Pokemon, and everything, but we have
throw the Prime thing at the bottom. We'll count it as one.
Yeah, that feels weird to me.
Okay, that's fair.
And all of Kirby, like we've done this with everything else. We just I'm not passionate enough about, like, I would put Metroid probably above both of these, but I'm not passionate enough to like if Metroid ends up being the bottom of these three, I'm fine. Like, it's not gonna be a big deal to me.
I would put, like, for me personally, put Paper Mario at the top of those three.
Look up. Whoops.
And probably just keep it as that.
Works for me.
All right. It's our list.
However, we can read S and A.
Yeah, this is what we have for our Nintendo franchise tier list. I like how this came together, Darby. Oh. Our S and A in rank. This is how we have them. S, Super Smash Brothers, Legend of Zelda, the Mario series, Pokemon, Xenoblade Chronicles, Donkey Kong Country, and Mario Kart. A, Fire Emblem, Paper Mario, Metroid, Splatoon, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansions, Bayonetta, and Kirby.
Strong. Very strong. Strong.
However you save this shit, save it. I feel like it's a fun thing to keep.
Do you know how to do